Joining me on stage, as you know, General Manager of the Brooklyn Nets, Sean Marks, and your head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, Jordi Fernández.
First and foremost, congratulations, Jordi. It's great to be up on stage with you here. It's great to see your family down there. Over the course, of an extensive search for the Brooklyn Nets next head coach, a few things stood out along the way, and it was pretty easy to see from day one. Some of the intangibles that Jordi has both on and off the court. His obviously player relationships. Everybody we talked to said he has an innate ability to hold people accountable, to love people, to really get a response out of players, and I think that was really important, for your player relationships, and that dates back to whether it was coaching Nigerian national team, coaching obviously right now with the Canadian national team, your stops in Canton, your stops in Denver, and also in Sacramento. So the players spoke extremely highly of you. My peer GM spoke extremely high of you, and other coaches around the league spoke extremely high of you. So,
can you give us your perspective on the Brooklyn Nets franchise and what this opportunity means to you?
Sure. Well, it's the beginning of a new chapter for my family, for myself. I've always believed that the next step in my career is never an ending point. The next step in my career, it's always going to lead me into a challenge. What I really loved about the process that I went through to get the job was Joe and Sean's vision. We want to sustain success, and we want to do it in the long run. And that's what I believe, and this is what I think everybody in the organization should be part of. So thanks to Joe and Sean for believing in me and for the opportunity. I could not ask for a better partnership. Thank you to my family. I could not do what I do without them. I do it for them. And also, I get the balance that I need with their love and support. Thanks to all my mentors, my American basketball father, Mike Brown, my European basketball father, Sergio Scariolo, Byron Scott, David Blatt, Ty Lue, Michael Malone, and Steve Hetzel. They've been amazing to me and all the other coaches that I've worked with.
A lot of you probably are very familiar with the fact that Jordi has had a successful past 2-year stint as the associate head coach with the Sacramento Kings. And prior to that, with Denver, with Cleveland. You've been in all the ranks of the NBA, the G League, but also your international work. Jordi, how did the arc of those experiences prepare you for this role?
So I think I'd like to start with my background, right? My education, sports science education, and sports psychology. I think that's been always, as you guys know, coaches are teachers, and to me that's been very important to get to deal with different groups of guys, players, so they learn in different ways. That's going to be what's going to help us do it the Brooklyn way, and we're excited not just to be part of the community, but also to create something that everybody else will be proud of.
What can we expect to see from you as a head coach? What sort of coach will New York be getting?
So we'll have a team that is extremely competitive on both sides of the floor, a team that is connected, so that means that they care about each other, and a team that is selfless, that it's going to put the team first. And I think this will give us the identity that we need.
What excites you just about this roster and the potential, just from what you've seen, both coaching against them, but now working with the players?
Thank you first. Extremely exciting team, a team that has the ability to play fast in the full court and the half court. The youth is always great, right? Because it allows you to have a team for the long run. That's what excites me the most, and to make players better. Our job as coaches is to work with those guys and take them to the next step. If they don't get better, it's on me and it's on the rest of the coaching staff. So I'm excited about the process. I'm excited to get to work with them. I've already been in touch with every single one of them. And that's how we're gonna take it one day at a time. So when the first game comes, we'll be ready to compete, like I said before.
How do you build a winning culture And how long do you think it will take?
We will see results right away because, like I said before, this industry is about getting results and getting better. So how much you're going to get better, it's how we believe the process is important, right? We're not going to try to push too much. We know that there's proper steps to take, and we'll see improvement right away. But the most important thing to me is to believe in team success over personal success. Because as you guys know, myself, I think it's a clear example. I would not be sitting here if Sacramento is not successful, if Canada is not successful. And it's not about me. It was about the organization, the player, myself. I had a job, and we all have a role, right? So I believe that I had to do my job very well, and then the outcome would help every single one of us that was part of that winning team.
When you look at the core of this team, what excites you about the potential?
The youth excites me. Like I said before, when you have a young roster and talented, that means that you're going to have those guys for a long time. So you can develop them, and then they can perform at the best, and they're here with you. So that's extremely exciting. The flexibility that we'll have, the resources that we have, right? We have a first-class owner. We have a first-class management group, front office. So if you put all that together, I think that's a perfect recipe for success. So our roster right now would allow us to do, like I said before, a lot of things like playing fast, which usually allows you to find the best shot, to be very physical, extremely physical in the regular season. And obviously, like everybody says, we want to be top 10 offensively, top 10 defensively. And with the roster we have, we'll be able to do that.
Specifically looking at a guy like Nick Claxton, and you're talking about your potential style of play, and as you look at the landscape of bigs in this league, how valuable is his versatility, and how does it fit into your vision for this team?
Well, you just said it right. Nick is a quote-unquote big that has defensive versatility. I believe he'll be Defensive Player of the Year. For us, he's a priority in this summer. And the way we can play through him, obviously he's very good in pick and roll. He's quick to the rim. He puts pressure on the rim, but also his ability to play the dribble handoff game, which, as you guys know, lately in the NBA is a style that has been very efficient, and it helps us with ball movement. So if you know when everybody touches the ball and everybody's involved, everybody's happier. You're harder to guard, because there's more, you're not that predictable than just playing pick and roll. So he fits perfectly what we want to do moving forward.
There's not a huge history of non-American, non-US coaches as first coach. I don't know if this brings you an extra weight into your shoulders for what you have in front of you. And then if you could comment on the Badalona basketball culture and what has brought to bring you here.
Yeah, I think that I don't want to say that it's a lot of pressure on my shoulders, because I want to be myself and I want to enjoy what I'm doing. So what I can say is that it's an honor to represent the Spanish basketball, Catalan basketball, and the basketball from my hometown. So I will always be proud of it, and I will work really hard to keep getting better. About my hometown, I don't know if you guys know, but it's probably one of the best basketball cities in Europe, and I would say in the world. You can experience basketball on the street, the little kids, everybody, and it's what I grew up and what I fell in love with basketball. First as a player, I was not that good, but I enjoyed playing. And then as a coach, I started coaching early when I was 15, and I coached and played until I was 19. So, like I said, the love of basketball started there. I owe my hometown a lot, and I will always go back. And my parents are there, my family, my sister, my grandma. So my hometown means a lot to me.